Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a Top 5 Wednesday video. And Top 5 Wednesday, if you didn't know, was created by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey. And she created a Goodreads group with a list of booktubers who regularly participate in Top 5 Wednesdays. So I will leave a link down to the group in the description below, as well as a link to her page down below. But anyway, this week, Top 5 Wednesday, the topic is top 5 books you wanted to read like yesterday. And I have about 1,000,000 books that I want to read for since forever. So it was kind of hard narrowing it down, but I finally got it narrowed down. And yeah, so these are going to be my top 5 books that I should have started forever ago. So number 5 on the list is A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. This is the first book in the Mark of the Lion trilogy. And Francine Rivers wrote one of my favorite books, Redeeming Love. And a friend of mine had read this series by her, and she told me, if you love Redeeming Love, you should read the Mark of the Lion series because it's even better. So I was like, okay, I definitely got to read them. So I got all 3 books, and they've been sitting on my shelf for over 2 years now. And it's really bad. I need to get to them. But there's always other books that just push them down on the list. But I need to read this. I want to read this. Honestly, I'm a little bit intimidated by how thick it is. It's a pretty big book, if you can see. And I'm usually intimidated by big books. I like big books, especially if they're good. I like them. But I always get intimidated by them at first. But I do need to read these. So hopefully this year I will get to it. We shall see. And then the next book, number 4 on the list, this one, you guys are probably going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you haven't read this one yet. Because everyone on BookTube seems to have read this book already. And that one is, The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. So this one is another one that's been sitting on my shelf for over a year now, and I really need to get to it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it. I've heard a lot of good things about it on BookTube, and I believe it's a dystopian / fantasy type of. It's about kids with supernatural powers. That's as much as I know about it. So, yeah. But I do want to get into this one, hopefully this year. Hopefully, crossing my fingers. And then, the next one, number 3 on my list, is actually one that I only just got I think 2 months ago, maybe. It's a new release. It just came out this year. So it hasn't been sitting on my shelf for quite as long as the other ones. But this one, I believe, came out in February. Maybe. Don't quote me. But that's The Glass Arrow by Kristen Simmons. And this one, I think this one is about this society where basically women are commodities to be bought and sold and used. And the main character has spent her whole life outside of the city, away from where all this happens. She spent her whole life with her family outside the city, but then one day she gets captured and is prepared to be sold off, and she has to try to escape. So I think that's pretty much all I really know about this one. But it sounded good when I read the synopsis on Goodreads. I believe this one was one of my anticipated books of 2015. So, yeah, I want to get to this one. Then, number 2 on the list is one that, again, I've heard tons of great stuff about it on BookTube. Lots of people love it, and that is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This one, it's been a while since I read the synopsis, so I don't really remember what it's about, other than there's a princess who's supposed to be getting married, but she runs away on her wedding day. So, sounds interesting. I definitely need to get to this one soon, because I've heard such good things about it. And Sasha over at a book Utopia recently did a video of like top books that blow your mind, and this was one of the books she mentioned in that video. So definitely can't wait to get to it. And then the very last book that I have, actually on this side, this one, again, I've heard tons about it from BookTube, especially from Ginger Reads Lenny. This is one of her favorite series, and she constantly talks about this book series in a lot of her videos, and always tells her viewers to read this book. So I was like, I've got to read this. I really, really do. And that is Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. It's the first book in the Fallen Kingdoms series. Don't know much about what this book is about, other than it's fantasy, epic fantasy. I've heard it described as a YA Game of Thrones, so I don't know. But I'll read you the back, because the back looked interesting. So it says, "It's the eve of war. Choose your side. Princess, raised in pampered luxury, Cleo must now embark on a rough and treacherous journey into enemy territory in search of magic long thought extinct. Rebel, Jonas, enraged at injustice, lashes out against the forces of oppression that have kept his country cruelly impoverished. To his shock, he finds himself the leader of a people's revolution centuries in the making. Sorceress, Lucia, adopted at birth into a royal family, discovers the truth about her past and the supernatural legacy she is destined to wield. Heir, bred for aggression and trained for conquer, firstborn son Magnus begins to realize that the heart can be more lethal than the sword." And then it has this little blurb from Julia Kagawa that says, "Fallen Kingdoms will get you emotionally. It will make you ache, cry, and beg for the sequel as you turn the last page." I absolutely loved it. So I cannot wait to get into this one. Just from like the character synopsis on the back, it sounds really interesting, and it's fantasy, and I love fantasy. So I really should have started this ages ago, and it's gonna have to be moved up really, really soon on my TBR. Um, but anyway, so those are the top 5 books that I need to have started like forever ago. So, what are your top 5 books? Are you wanting to start any of these? Have you already read any of them? And if so, let me know which ones you think I need to move up to the very top of the list. And let me know what are your top 5 books you should have started already. I will see you guys the next time with another video.